All right, so in our second video here, 3308, I talked about, I read subrule 1 in the last video. And let's go to subrule 2. Luminaires weighing more than 4.5 kilograms shall be installed so that branch circuit wiring connections and the bonding connections will be accessible for inspection without removing the luminaire supports. So watch that, that's critical there. More than 4.5, so not 4.5. 3, branch circuit insulated conductors within 75 millimeters of a ballast within the ballast compartment shall have a maximum allowable insulated conductor temperature of not less than 90 degrees. So this would apply to fluorescent lighting here. So that's the first requirement. You got a ballast in that fluorescent fixture. It's got to be 90-degree wire. Then we have 4, the connection of the branch circuit insulated conductors exceeding 150 volts to ground to the conductors of each luminaire utilizing double-ended lamps connected to a ballast or driver shall be made by means of a mated separable conductor connectors that will safely disconnect all conductors of the luminaire from the branch circuit conductor simultaneously when the conductor connectors are separated. So if I got 347 volt fluorescent fixtures, I need some type of connection that will disconnect the hot and the neutral from the ballast at the same time. B, connecting the plug of a luminaire equipped with power supply cord into a receptacle. C, inserting the female connector of a cord set into a luminaire equipped with an inlet. Or D, permanently connecting the insulated branch circuit conductors to the terminals of a luminaire equipped with disconnecting means that will open simultaneously all conductors supplying the ballast or drivers when access to the ballast or driver compartment is made. All right, 3310. Row mounting of your fluorescent fixtures. We love this rule as well. Pay attention here. Insulated branch circuit conductors run through a luminaire shall be contained in a raceway that is an integral part of the luminaire and that meets the requirements for a surface raceway, except that the insulated conductors of a 2-wire, 3-wire, or 4-wire branch circuit supplying the luminaires shall be permitted to be carried through luminaires marked as suitable for continuous row mounting. 2, ballasts located within luminaires referred to in subrule 1 shall be deemed sources of heat, and the conductors supplying the luminaires shall A, have a voltage rating of not less than 600 volts, have an insulation temperature not less than 90 degrees, and C, be of a type selected in accordance with Rule 12.102, Subrule 3 as being suitable for use in a raceway, or selected in accordance with 12.402.1 as being suitable for use in accordance with this rule, provided that the insulated conductors are not smaller than number 14 and do not extend beyond the luminaires through the raceways more than 2 meters long. We catch you on subrule 3 here, where it says, notwithstanding subrule 2. So in spite of subrule 2, non-metallic sheath cables shall be permitted to be used for supplying luminaires provided that it has a temperature rating of 90 degrees. So you are allowed to use that non-metallic sheath cable to enter into the fixture and connect to the first ballast. You cannot run past the ballast because the non-metallic sheath cable only has a 300 volt rating, so you don't comply with this part. You can enter it to supply the first fixture in the continuous row mounting, but you can't carry the Lumex or the non-metallic sheath cable through the continuous row mounting. All right, so this notwithstanding rule just applies to entering it into the fixture and terminating it to the first ballast, not running beside it. 3312, combustible shades and enclosures. Some easy reading there. Minimum height, luminaires exposed to flying. 3318, luminaires in damp or wet locations. Pay attention to this one. Luminaires installed in damp or wet locations shall be marked for use in such locations. Luminaires suitable for use in wet locations shall be permitted to be used in damp locations as well. And then right here, lighting equipment in damp locations or near grounded metal. Where luminaires are installed in damp locations or within 2.5 meters vertically or 1.5 meters horizontally of laundry tubs, plumbing fixtures, steam pipes, or other grounded metalwork or grounded surfaces, the luminaire shall be controlled by a wall switch, except as permitted in Sub-Rule 2. Outlet box type luminaires marked for use in damp locations and luminaires marked for use in wet locations with an integral switch shall be permitted to be installed under the conditions of Sub-Rule 1. Switches, including wall switches, controlling luminaires covered by Sub-Rules 1 and 2 shall be located not less than 1 meter from a bathtub or shower stall, this distance being measured horizontally between the switch and the bathtub or shower stall without piercing the wall, partition, or similar obstacle, or B, if the condition in item A is not practicable, be located not less than 500 millimeters from a bathtub or shower stall and be protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter of the Class A type. Watch that rule right there. Okay. Wiring of luminaires. This is pretty straightforward. Wiring of ceiling outlet boxes. This is a good one. Look at this one here. Branch circuit conductors having insulation suitable for 90 degrees shall be used for connection of ceiling outlet boxes on which a luminaire is mounted, except for boxes in wet locations. Type NMWU or NMWU cables are used. That only has 60-degree wire rating, that stuff. 2, for the purposes of compliance with this rule, the ampacity of 60-degree insulated conductors shall be limited to the ampacity of 60-degree insulated conductors. So even if it was marked for 75 degrees, this rule would stick you in the 60-degree column for ampacities. Wiring of show window lighting, straightforward reading there. Tap conductors. Then luminaires and residential occupancy. Some good reading in here, you guys. Stairways, luminaires and dwelling units, basements, storage rooms, garages and carports, lamp holders, all easy reading. Electric discharge lighting, so that's your metal halide, mercury vapor, etc. Voltage in dwelling units. Where equipment has an open circuit voltage of more than 300 volts, it shall not be installed in dwelling units unless the equipment is designed so that no live parts are exposed during the insertion or removal of lamps. Auxiliary equipment, control, branch circuit capacity, and then we have some electric discharge lighting systems operating at more than 1,000 volts. So when you get into the lighting, field lighting, so like sports stadiums type lighting, we get into this type of stuff where we use the transformers, the wiring method, transformer loading, easy reading stuff. Recessed luminaires, so here's your pot light rules. Installed in a house, this rule right in here, you guys. Wiring of recessed luminaires. Your pot lights, this one right in here. Read this rule, Sub-Rule 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, actually. All of that is good tests. I could read it for you, but you can do that yourself. All right. And that pretty much covers what you need to do there. Let's just scroll through there. Pole top wiring, locations, switching of floodlights. All this is good, easy reading. Exposed wiring, permanent outdoor floodlighting. heights of conductors, etc. Yep, you're good there, so that's enough. We'll see you later.